Okay, there isn't much light here this morning. I'm capturing what light I can through this open wall from the wall I stripped down yesterday. Today is Tuesday, November 5th, 2013, and this is a lot of the work that I did yesterday. Yesterday was Monday, November 4th, 2013, and this is a big pile of like wallboard and trash and junk that I had to pull down, mostly from this wall. There was a lot of rotting wallboard because, as you can see through the wall, because on the outside, a long time ago, somebody started stealing the clapboards, and I guess somebody called the police and it stopped or something. But anyway, there's a big patch on the outside of this part of the downstairs kitchen and dining area that doesn't have clapboards, and so over the years, rain has gotten in and it's been rotting the wallboard and some of the wood. The sill is the wooden member that is installed just above the concrete foundation wall, and it looks pretty good from here, but if you look up close, it's kind of rotting out in a few places. And if I step through, excuse me, I pulled down a lot of wallboard from this dividing wall that divides the old kitchen and dining area from the old downstairs bathroom. So I'm going to step through this wall, and in here you can see, I hope you can see how much the sill, this is the sill part, has rotted away. It's, you can basically, I can put my hands through it. So I cleaned a lot of this. Basically, all of these cavities were filled with this kind of junk, and so I had to clean that up yesterday. And let's see, I'm going to back up a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty dark down here. It's hard to see. I think I might do another video later when there's more light. Let's see. I got light coming in here, and there's a big blue tarp over our stuff. That's stuff we didn't have any other place to put it. And this is some of the flooring materials that we pulled up off of the floors upstairs, and so I'm saving it for a visual art documentation later on. So I'm going to cut this down eventually so it'll fit onto something a little smaller. Okay, but you see, God, it sure is. This, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, November 5th, and let's see. Unless you're outside, it's dark. Out here, it's nice and bright. Although it's overcast today. We still have a few of these ridiculous banana weed trees to pull out. Okay, that's going to be it for right now. Okay, it's about 9:30 in the morning now. This morning being Tuesday, November 5th, 2013, and I'm basically taking down the old ceiling wallboard, the ceiling board, or wallboard and ceiling board is the same thing. This particular ceiling had a cottage cheese, textured paint job. It looks dark gray because there was a fire here in the kitchen. So the dark gray, almost black ceiling, of course, made this room seem very dark. And let's see, I'm gonna get there's the false ceiling. There are actually two ceilings in this area of the downstairs. The 2x4s that you see running this way, those constitute a false ceiling, and that was the structure that was put in, I'm guessing, sometime in the 1970s to hold up the wallboard. However, you look closely, just above this structure, there's another structure, and that's the joists and the floorboards upstairs. And that's the real ceiling. That's where the ceiling should be. So this ceiling is really low. I'm about 6 feet tall, and the ceiling height in here is at about 6'3" to 6'5" I always feel like I have to bend my head down when I'm walking through here. But I started about an hour and a half ago working on this, and a big chunk of the ceiling came down here, and I put it over here. This. Let's see. Yeah, this is. That's the big piece that came down. There's a few large pieces that came down, but now most of the ceiling is down, and what's left is coming down in these stubborn little pieces. Like I said, I'm mystified as to why somebody would build a false ceiling with 2x4s. Generally, a false ceiling is put in place to hang, ceiling material, but also to hide wires and pipes and things like that. And that I understand, but usually false ceiling material is made of material that's much lighter. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they had these 2x4s from another job and they wanted to use them here, and I guess that's what happened or something. But generally, you don't see something as heavy as 2x4s for a false ceiling. But it may be the 2x4s that helped contain the fire, because here's where the fire was, and these are charred 2x4s here. They're all coming out. Actually, all the false ceiling is coming out, and so are the wires and the pipes. Everything that's hanging in here is old and obsolete, and it's fire damaged, and it's broken, and so the whole false structure is going to come down either today or like in the next few days. I'm just going to take it down. I'm going to start down here where I've already started here. You can kind of see here's a couple of pieces where I sawed them, and I just pulled this part down, and it's really difficult to see. Yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah, so there's the real ceiling, and the floor upstairs. These are the real joists that are actually part of the structure. But then then this was all added basically to hide things like this pipe and wiring and other things. So duct work for air conditioning and that sort of thing. So, but we're stripping it all down. And anyway, this is what I'm working on today. So, I think I'm gonna take a before picture of this and then work on this some more. Okay, it's about 10:30, Tuesday morning, November 5th, 2013, and Eddie and I just finished moving we had a big blue tarp over a lot of our boxes of possessions that we just sort of had here in the former downstairs kitchen and dining area. So I'm going to just see if there's enough light to see what's going on. You can see this is the former kitchen. There's the stairs that go up the stairs, and that's the back door. There was like a closet. There's two back doors with closets in between. And this is where there used to be a long counter and cabinets above, and over there was the build out with the stove and the stacked ovens, and this was all closed in with walls, and so there's a big pile of debris, because today I've been taking down parts of the ceiling, from this false ceiling structure that runs here. The ceiling's very low. That is, the false ceiling is very low. The actual ceiling, which is higher up, is about 7 to 7.5 feet, but this lower one is like at 6'3", 6'5", somewhere in that area. And these are the pieces of ceiling. The reason it's such a dark color is it used to be a white cottage cheese textured ceiling. Now it's almost black, and that was from the smoke damage from the fire. The fire took place in September of 1994. This house has been abandoned since. This house has been abandoned for 19 years. And we're basically the first people in 19 years to move in and to start taking care of it and to start removing this damage. You can see that there's a lot of obsolete wiring and there's some more wiring. A lot of obsolete pipes. The pipes in this house are really convoluted. Apparently, the access to water and gas was on the opposite side of the house from where all the water and gas appliances were. So they had to run a lot of pipes. There's let's see. This is a pipe that goes in and it comes around here, and it comes out here and goes down, and then it goes, there's this closet under the stairs, and that pipe goes out and goes out the side of the house and then runs along the outside of the house, and it's ridiculous. And so after we strip down all the superfluous and obsolete items and non-structural items from this house, we're going to strip it down basically to its structure and maybe a little more than its structure. I mean, we're going to leave in place a little more than its structure, maybe. We're going to figure out a much more efficient system to deliver, water and gas and heat and air conditioning and all that kind of stuff. This is the old downstairs bathroom. I was in here yesterday pulling down, aluminum metal like apparatus for a suspended ceiling, and there's still, there's an old fluorescent light in place, and these are the drain pipes from the bathroom above. There's one bathroom directly above the other in this old house. And this is the old bathtub and shower. God. And this is where termites have been eating away at the wood that is pine, but not at wood that is cypress. And most of the house is made of cypress. So, anyway, that's a view of the kitchen and dining area now that it's empty, except for this pile of stuff. Oh, and I've got these bricks here because the terrazzo floor ends here and here, and that means there's a 3-inch drop to the next floor. So we plan on getting bricks and paving the lower part of the floor with bricks. So that's what that is about. So okay, I'll do a little bit more about this later. We'll see what kind of progress I'm making.